All right, let's jump right in. We're going to talk about how to completely transform your nonprofit's financial health. And look, this isn't just about balancing the books, right? It's about building a real, powerful engine to supercharge your mission and, really amplify your impact.
So, this quote really hits the nail on the head, doesn't it? I mean, the last few years have shown us that this is absolutely a critical truth. It's our starting point. History tells us, time and again, that organizations that actually prepare for uncertainty, well, they don't just survive it, they find new ways to grow. So, let's break down exactly how you can do that too.
Okay, so here's our game plan. We're going to walk through a pretty clear roadmap, starting with the big challenge all nonprofits face. Then we'll get into building your financial foundation, check out 6 resilient revenue streams. I'll even show you a $120,000 secret weapon, and then we'll wrap it all up by connecting strategy back to impact.
All right, let's get into it. First up, navigating that uncertainty. We've got to start by just acknowledging the reality, right? The funding landscape can be, well, unpredictable. But here's the thing. What feels like a challenge is actually a massive opportunity for some really smart strategic planning.
Relying on just one funding source, it's just plain risky these days. That old model of just banking on a couple of big grants or that one annual fundraiser, yeah, that's becoming super fragile. With economic shifts and donor behavior changing all the time, we need a new approach. And the data is crystal clear on this. Nonprofits that proactively build diverse funding sources, they aren't just reacting to change. They are setting themselves up for real long-term sustainability and growth.
Okay, so with that in mind, let's talk about building that solid financial foundation. We're going to cover 3, let's call them pillars, of financial clarity, the things that are going to put you firmly in the driver's seat of your organization's financial destiny.
So first up is cash flow forecasting. And no, this is not about gazing into some crystal ball. It's a super practical tool. It's all about estimating the money coming in and going out so you can actually predict where you'll be. It gives you the clarity to know, okay, should we spend now? Should we save? Or hey, maybe we should strategically delay this payment to keep things stable. It's about making smart, informed decisions. And the best part? Creating a forecast is actually a really straightforward process. You just start with what you already know, your past 12 months of income and expenses. You categorize it, you map out the timing of when money comes in and bills go out, and you adjust for those busy and slow seasons. It literally turns those reactive, super stressful cash scrambles into proactive, strategic planning. A total game changer. Okay, next pillar, understanding the difference between restricted and unrestricted funds. You gotta know this, it's absolutely crucial. Restricted funds, well, they come with strings attached. A donor says, use this money for this specific thing. Unrestricted funds, though, man, that's the good stuff. That's the lifeblood. It's the flexible cash that gives you operational stability to cover salaries, rent, whatever immediate needs pop up. And that brings us to the operating reserve. Seriously, think of this as your organization's financial safety net. It's that cushion, that buffer that stands between a temporary setback, like say a major grant doesn't get renewed, and a full-blown crisis that could stop your mission-critical work in its tracks. The goal is usually 3 to 6 months of operating expenses. So the key takeaway here is an operating reserve isn't just money sitting in the bank. It is a strategic tool for resilience. All right, so our foundation is set. Now for the fun part. Let's explore the 6 resilient revenue streams that are going to be the engine for that diversified funding model we've been talking about. This is how you power your growth and stability. So, here they are. These 6 strategies together form a seriously powerful toolkit. Let's just run through them. First up, recurring giving. This is your bedrock, right? It creates predictable revenue. And get this, a donor retention rate of up to 90%. That's huge. Then we've got corporate partnerships. This taps into a whole new world of CSR funding, matching gifts, new networks, the whole shebang. Number 3, private and foundation grants. Super important because they're often way more flexible and stable than those fluctuating federal funds. Then there's peer-to-peer fundraising. I love this one. It's where you basically turn your supporters into your fundraisers, extending your reach through their personal networks. Genius. Of course, you've got to have major donor stewardship. This is all about keeping those high-impact supporters close, especially when things get tough. And finally, number 6, agile adaptation. This isn't so much a tactic as it is a mindset. It means you're always watching trends and ready to pivot. It's what keeps the whole engine running smoothly. Okay, now for something I'm really excited to share. Let's talk about a secret weapon, a real game-changing tool that can seriously accelerate your marketing and outreach. And the best part, it's something you can get at absolutely no cost to you. Just look at that number for a second. $120,000. I mean, seriously, what could your organization do with an extra $120,000 in your ad budget every single year? Just imagine it. What new programs could you launch? How many more volunteers could you recruit? How many more donors could you find? So, what is it? It's the Google Ad Grant. It's a program where Google gives eligible nonprofits $10,000 a month. Yep, that's $120,000 a year of free, in-kind search advertising. This lets you show up right when people are on Google searching for causes just like yours. And look, this is so much more than just running ads. It's about raising awareness, attracting new donors, recruiting volunteers, you name it. It's about strategically connecting with people at the exact moment they're looking for ways to make a difference in the very areas you serve. It's incredibly powerful. Now, there's a common myth about this grant that I want to bust right now. You might have heard there's a $2 cost per click or CPC bid limit. A lot of people believe this, and it makes them think, it's not worth it. But that is a huge misunderstanding of how the grant works today. Here's the fact. The $2 bid limit only applies if you're doing manual bidding. But if you use Google's automated strategies like maximize conversions, that cap is gone. It completely disappears. This lets you compete for much more valuable keywords, connecting you with people who are ready to take action. So how do you get it? Well, the application process is honestly surprisingly straightforward. Step 1, you confirm you're eligible. Basically, you need 501c3 status. Step 2, you enroll in Google for nonprofits. And step 3, you just activate the grant right there in your dashboard. And get this, you don't even have to build the ad account. Google does it for you once you're approved. Super easy. Okay, so let's bring this all home. We've talked about all these financial tools and powerful strategies. But now we need to connect it all back to the one thing that really, truly matters: your why, your mission. Because here's the key mindset shift. Strong financial health is not the end goal. It's the means to creating greater impact. All this stuff, budgeting, forecasting, fundraising, it's not just boring admin work. It is the fuel that makes your mission possible. It's what allows you to actually deliver on your promises. And that really is the ultimate takeaway here. This quote from Bloomerang says it all. Diversifying your revenue isn't just about surviving the tough times, it's about setting your organization up for future growth. It's about moving from a defensive crouch to an offensive sprint towards your goals. So, I'll leave you with this one question to think about. Your organization is now financially resilient. You've got that solid foundation. You've got that powerful engine. What's the big mission goal you're going to tackle now? Because with that stability, the possibilities, they're pretty much limitless.